evening is Alexis Lam from BurgerFuel, who will talk about Foursquare. Alexis.
Right, that's our logo. If you don't know who we are, we're a New Zealand gourmet burger company. We now have stores in Sydney, Dubai and in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, we're expanding globally. But onto Foursquare. I wasn't sure what the level of people were here, so in terms of your knowledge of Foursquare, so I broke it down into what is Foursquare, is it a joke, or is it the next big thing? So this is the Foursquare definition from the website. Far too long, copied and pasted it, good slide filler. I've kind of made it a bit more simple. Basically, first of all, Foursquare, it's not the corner dairy. This is the thing that's only in New Zealand that we have to deal with. It's a location-based social media app. The way I like to think of it, very simply, is it's the old Facebook and Twitter, so I mean old school before the movie, plus GPS, plus Grand Theft Auto, a bit of gaming mechanics, and that's Foursquare. So what I mean by this is the old Facebook and Twitter was about just what you were doing. Status update, that's what it was. I'm on the toilet, I'm at home, I haven't got a mobile phone yet, because that's what it was. People were just wanting to connect out in the world. GPS, that's a big part of Foursquare. It's actually linking that status update to where you are, the venue that you're at. And as far as the gaming mechanics go, I would say that everyone here is either of the generation that they have children that play games, or they do play games. I know myself have just given up my Angry Birds versus Pigs addiction for fighting slimes and mushrooms. But basically what it does is, the gaming mechanics of Foursquare is based around people having the ability to score points for the various activities they do. You score points for checking into a venue, which is done by your smartphone. You can actually earn rewards for it as well. We do these at BurgerFuel. You might get extra rewards for being the mayor, which basically means you're the person who's checked in at that venue the most. And Foursquare is now growing with a whole bunch of different rewards that are available. It used to just be checking in and being the mayor. Now they have things like once you check in every so many times, the first time you check in, they're expanding their business side of it. So is Foursquare a joke? Well, I'm not sure yet actually, but we're definitely checking it out to see if it is. They've got 10 million users worldwide, 3 million check-ins per day, 750 million check-ins total. So these are big numbers. And there are over 500,000 people using the merchant platform. So that's businesses using their merchant platform, not just users. This is a graph that I found out there on the web. This is the first 18 months of Foursquare. As you can see, basically as big as Facebook. So at the moment, they're not as big as Facebook and Twitter. Facebook and Twitter, totally, they're massive compared to Foursquare, but I think it's certainly growing. We all know that smartphone usage is basically ever increasing. Every day you meet someone who's just got a mobile phone. It's either an iPhone, an Android, or BlackBerry. There's always going to be something that can run apps on it. These are slides that are just pulled straight off the Foursquare website. I won't claim the credit for these. But these are the sorts of things that as a business you can get from Foursquare. We use them every day at BurgerFuel. We're always looking at the stats that we can pull out of it. It's perfect market research for us. We're not an FMCG where there's just data pouring through the supermarkets all the time. We're constantly trying to figure out how can we find out how our customers are interacting with us. So if this works, that red dot that most of you can't see, you can sort by any time period. You can look at your total check-ins and average check-ins per day, your social reach, so that comes down to how often people are actually sharing this on their Twitter or Facebook networks as well, and that's the beauty of Foursquare. It actually links with both Twitter and Facebook. It's not a mutually exclusive platform. The idea is that it works in with the other ones, mainly Twitter. You've got your gender breakdown. We find that quite useful. We find that very interesting compared to our normal stats that we have on, say, our databases and the like. You're looking at your check-ins per day, your time breakdown even, which is very important for us. We're always looking at lunches and dinners, but also other meal times. And you get age breakdown as well. So there's a lot of information there just on that sheet. You can download it as a CSV, so if you've got some Excel ninja in the background there, they will crunch that into an even nicer report for you. Verification benefits, as they like to call it, I just like to think of it as specials. First of all, you've got the opportunity on the left there. People can actually look for what the specials are available out there. They can actually see, okay, what specials are in there? I need to have, I feel like a coffee. What cafe in my area actually offers a special? BurgerFuel's very, very active on that, and because we've offered really, really good specials in the past and we still continue to do so, we continually pump ourselves up the top of the list. Our current special is get a free bowl of L&P with any burger that you buy, and it sort of works with our brand, so we like that. You can customise these specials. There are lots of different types, and basically you can go on the Foursquare website and find out about them. I won't go over all of them, I'm going to keep it under 10 minutes. So OMG, is Foursquare the next big thing? I thought the best way to go over that is just talk about what we've done with Foursquare at BurgerFuel. I really like Foursquare because it's cheap, as in free. This year is the first year that BurgerFuel's had a social media budget. We pretty much spent it all on one iPad. So there's no excuse for any business to say that you can't do social media, you can't do Foursquare. We launched what we call New Zealand's largest Foursquare campaign with L&P, and that's something that we launched straight after trials. After our trials, first thing we did was come out nationwide, every single store, you get a free L&P with your burger. This was something that we integrated with our brand. It wasn't just an extra special. It was about, we wanted to drive the fact that we're a New Zealand brand. We did some research. We discovered that a lot of people think we're American. I don't know why. We wanted to partner with L&P for that reason. We also are looking at drinks rates. Everyone buys a burger. Many people are addicted to the aioli and fries. Not everyone buys a drink. So this was a key part of our core objectives for the year, so we tied that into our special. One other thing is we wanted to give a special that people wanted. I don't know the last time anyone got out of bed for a 10% discount, but that seems to be what's rife out there. So we started, when we trialled Foursquare, we went with buy one burger, get one free. Bring a friend. We wanted to drive that social media aspect about it. It was about bringing a friend along rather than just eating by yourself, which is also fine. What we found when we moved to free L&P, we actually got more people unlocking the special because they were able to eat by themselves, which was useful for lunches. Quite often people during the day, and we found that those check-ins were higher during the day when people don't necessarily have time to organise a lunchtime meeting. So we're able to see the way that the different specials work for us. We integrated our social media community. We went out on Twitter and said, hey, who would like to be on a BurgerFuel tray mat? So we actually added our Twitter fans and followers onto a BurgerFuel tray mat to advertise the store. And so this is a big, major part of our POS. This was something that we do in-store all the time. It wasn't just, we'll put up the Foursquare special, see what happens, which seems to be the usual Foursquare strategy. I also use Foursquare amongst other social media channels to monitor international. So this is just an excerpt from our international reports. So this is Dubai and Saudi Arabia. I always like things like this. I call this one here, awesome, love the Foursquare deal. I call that keep the marketing job tweet. But it was a Foursquare, that was actually a Foursquare message. So it's a great way for me. I don't know too many Arabs, unfortunately. I don't speak Arabic. I haven't even been to Saudi Arabia. But what Foursquare and Twitter and Facebook allow me to do is actually find out what they actually think of our brand over there without actually having to go over there. That's the guts of it. Main thing with Foursquare I'd like to say is that experiment and research. Remember, Foursquare is free. We spent a lot of time playing around with it. We tried doing mayor-only specials, and we thought we expand that out to every single check-in because we wanted more people to use it rather than one person every 7 days. We also considered doing very cheap offers that no one wanted, and what we found out was no one wanted them. And that's how Foursquare works. It's like anything. If you're not willing to change your business around it, like any other promotion, I just wouldn't bother. But I think there's a lot out there that Foursquare has to offer. I think smartphone adoption is a big part of that. I think the international users that are around New Zealand at this present time are much more au fait with Foursquare than New Zealanders are, and I think it will grow. There are great websites out there, socialmedianz.com and Mashable. Mashable's an American site. There are so many case studies out there. There's just no reason to not know anything about Foursquare. There's no excuse. Other than that, that's me.